Hello and welcome back to the NWRumClub. This is Rum Wranglings and today we're going to be looking at the alternative rum advent calendar. Why am I doing this? Well, I don't know about you, but the last week or two, all I've seen on Facebook ads, on Instagram is all about these advent calendars. Whiskey advent calendars, gin, tequila, rum. So I did have a look thinking it is only 2 months away, and what I saw is a number of options for rum that I wasn't too keen on. So I thought I'd make one myself. Right, what do you need to make a rum advent calendar? For me, I needed a Christmas rum, slightly bigger than everything else. We'll see what that is later. A bit of slath, a few glasses, but really all I did was get a block of wood. Got my sons to drill some holes in it, 25 in total, with a 35mm spanner, and then I took all of the samples that I've had from across the tastings over the year and just cleaned them out in readiness for this. Put on a bit of slate, a glass, your Christmas rum, and off we go. So let's look at day one rum advent calendar, and I've picked Worthy Park Single Estate Rum. Now this was the rum of the year at Whiskey Exchange 2020, and I very much enjoyed this first time round. So it is from Jamaica, it's 45%. And if you're looking for something that's a little bit funky, but not something like a Hamptons or something too over the top, then this is a really, really nice thing to do. So the first thing to do when having an advent calendar is definitely pour yourself a rum, because we've got plenty to get through. The next thing I did was I just took a hip flask with a little bit of funnel, and then we can literally pour our first 3 centilitre rum. As you can see, we got the seagulls going over us. I'd like to say I live by the sea, but I don't. I live in Bristol. Right. We've got our first rum. We've got our number 1. Let's put it in place. And I did actually number these. So I'm sticking that one there, and here we go. So we do have 24 more to go before we get to our Christmas rum. I may do a little bit of fast forward on some of these because it's going to take forever if that's the case, but the only other thing I need to do is just wash this out. So okay. One down, many more to go. So number 2 on my list is from Guadaloupe. It's the Damoiseau 5-year-old. Apologies if I've spelt that wrong. But again, this is something that I only really heard of it from the UK Rum Club when it looked at recommended agricoles to try. And I was looking for something from Guadaloupe. This is the one they recommended. It was around £45. So that made my list. Number 2. In we go. Here we go. Right. Now we're going to Barbados. And this is where you might just get a few fast forwards. But the first one is, it is one of my favourites from Foursquare. It is R.L.Seales, and this is the slightly newer one, which is at 46%. It's 10 years old. The States have a 12-year-old version. But again, let's get that one in. I think after the next one, I'll do a few at speed. So number 3, now I could be really screwed here if I didn't keep a record of everything I've got. So if someone comes around my house and starts to tear this up, I've got a very blind advent calendar, which I may choose to do anyway, but I do want the reference for it. So this next one, I don't know if many people have heard about this, it's called El Destilado. It's from a tequila distillery in Mexico. I was at the Whiskey Exchange in Great Portland Street, and one of the members of staff there said I should give it a go. And I said, why? He said, well, it's a tequila company making or distilling rum. But the other reason was in Oaxaca, this is wild fermented. And he said, look, you could try the one from Vietnam, you can try the one from Mexico, why not try the one from Mexico? So, as we open this, it'd be rude not to pour myself a little dram. And what he did say about this one was that at, what is it, 40, let's have a look. At 41.5%, he said this is quite nice and neat, but he did say if you're going to put a mixer with it, don't do more than 50-50. So I think I'm going to go with the neat and see what we think. It's quite interesting. Well, that doesn't really smell like rum that I've had before. And let's put that one in, number 6, right. Let's have a little taste. Well, I don't really know what to say about that one. There is some serious flavours popping out at me. Can't tell you too much right now, but I will explore that a little bit more later on. Right, I fast forwarded a little bit, and some of them, the samples I'm using, are not complete samples. So from the Rum Fest earlier on in the year, I did save some rums, which I would drink at a later date anyway. So I thought I'd use this one, which is a Velier Clairin Sajous 2008, which if you've never tried a Clairin, you know, I think there's a very different profile and taste to it, but everyone should give it a go. And if you're not keen on it neat, I actually quite liked it. Stick it in a daiquiri, something like that, see what you think, see where you go with that. Then we've got this one. Now I was really surprised. This year I tried a few Coronis. Some of them I just felt were too complex for me. I need to explore it a bit more, but this one was one I really liked. It was the Coroni 1997 from Bristol Classic. What's the percentage on this one? 56.4%. And I actually did save a bit of that because I thought it was really good. So having something from Trinidad is on the list. Now I have fast forwarded a couple because of time. My wife always will want to seal a few of my advent calendars, and she likes nothing more, same as me, than a Dawley's 12-year-old. So we're starting to run out. It's from Barbados. It's 43%, and I'm pretty much guaranteed to not have that one, and that will go to the wife. I then went with number 8, and we've gone to Guyana here. And recently I reviewed the new Eldorado 15. It is slightly different in terms of, from a hydrometer test, it suggests there's a lot less sweeteners or sugar in it. It does taste very different as well, so if you felt like the other one was too sweet, then look out for the new Eldorado bottle. There's just no red lines on there. There's a GI Demerara stamp there, and it comes in a big black box. But that's on my list. I'm hoping she doesn't steal that one because I quite like that. Then we get to number 9. Now, not only have I got samples from earlier on in the year, I've got a load of bottles that I own myself, some open, some I'm opening today. And then you've got some really good people in the rum community. You know who you are, you'll recognise the bottles, your handwriting, the label. And I've been given some really nice samples to try. Now this one is from Clermont in Martinique. It's the agricole called Cane Bleu, and it's 50%. Now, what makes it special? They call it cane blue because it's a single variety of sugarcane, I guess because they think it's a very good sugarcane. The variety is called Blue, and for this one, we shall give that one a go. As I say, it's quite nice to have some white spirits as well as the aged spirits in there. It's good to have a mix. What number is that? That's number 9. I do believe I will be trying all of these neat when it comes in. Okay, number 10. If you want to go Jamaican, you haven't got a huge budget and you don't mind overproof, then that's the one you want to be trying. So Smith & Cross is a private label. Is it a private label? Independent bottler? It's traditional Jamaican rum. It's pure pot still, and to be honest, bang for buck, it's really good value for money. But if you don't like Jamaican rum, it's going to be worthless, right? You're going to throw it away or give it away. So this for me is one that everyone should explore at some point. That's number 10. Right, and now, where am I on number 11? I struggled a bit with agricoles, to be honest, so I bought a few. I bought the Damoiseau 5-year-old. I also got this Trois-Rivers VID016. This was around £40. I have struggled a bit with this one, to be honest. I keep going back to it. I'm liking it more and more as I explore agricoles, but I definitely preferred some of the rums from Guadaloupe. Over spill. Like I say, it's quite nice now. Number 11. So where are we? So we've done Jamaica, Guadaloupe, Barbados, Haiti, Trinidad, Mexico, Barbados, Guyana, Martinique, Jamaica, Martinique, and we wouldn't have Christmas Advent calendar without celebrating one of the Foursquare ECS, Exceptional Cask Selection. So these are getting more and more popular. They are delicious. This one in itself is Mark 14. It's an ex-bourbon and ex-port. So it's the second port one they've done after the port cask, which was number 2. 10-year-old pot and column blend, and it comes in at a healthy 51%. Now, why did I pick this one over the others? I do have most of them, and I do have most of them open. But I kind of tried this one a few times, and then ended up drinking a lot of Redoutable and 2008 vintage. So I thought, I haven't drunk a huge amount of this year. Let's go back and revisit it, and it's always nice to have a port cask expression in your advent calendar. So number 12. Number 13, okay. We are going for a Habitation and Velier Forsyth White WPE. So, Worthy Park again. The mark on it is WPE. It comes in at 57%. If you're going to get a Habitation and Velier, the things you should know is it's pure rum, it's 100% pot still, and they've got a huge range. They're going around all the distilleries in the world. Some of them are really quite difficult to find. So the Hamptons seem to sell out quite a lot. They go through all the different marks and aged marks. The white rums seem to stay on the shelves a little bit later. And the first thing I realised when I opened this was it smacks you in the face with its nose. Oh man, it smells fantastic. So let's have a look. Number 13. In you go. Right, another one of the samples that someone gave me. This is my scary one of the advent calendar. It's the Pousses, it's a blend, and it's the overproof. Now, I'm not sure how I should drink this because it's 75.5%. It does make me a little bit nervous. Like when I started drinking rum, 40 to 45% was more than fine. Now you're talking about 50, 55% is really quite nice. 60% is quite good depending on the rum. So something from Barbados or Jamaica, I'm quite good at 60%. Maybe an agricole at 60, I struggle a little bit with. But when you talk about something at 75.5%, this thing needs to come with a health warning, right? Oh, let's make sure we put the right cap on. Because if I put that on the wrong day, and drink it, I'm going to get myself in a whole world of pain. You can see how dark it is as well. So I think that is all from Guyana, but I could be wrong there. Read one of the Fat Pirate rum reviews or something like that. That'll give you the details on that one. So if we're looking at blends, we are then going to look at one of my favourites from a couple of years ago. This is a more expensive bottle, the Velier Royal Navy Tiger Shark. what do I like about these? I tell you what, this was my first bottle of Velier, and there's some simple things, right? The fact that they've got the edges here, it pours so nicely. The bottle feels fantastic, and generally, the rums in them are absolutely top end. Not always, but quite a lot of the time. And for me, the Tiger Shark is one of them. So I have to do a couple of things here, because one of the other rum bloggers has asked for some Tiger Shark rum. So let's just make sure there's enough in there. Right, I hope there's enough in there. We'll get that one measured up later. But that's number 15, there's 15. And if you're looking for a special occasion rum, so it's at 57.18, it's a really, really nice blend. Right, ooh, what have we got next? Another one of my samples from Rumfest. From Grenada, from Rivers, we've got River Antoine. Now, this just got rave reviews, and what they're saying about Rivers is really they've gone back to basics. The process for making rum hasn't changed for hundreds of years. You know, everything's local. I think they call it terroir. Listen, I tried it. That's interesting. It seems really expensive in the UK, about £80. I know in Europe it's about 40, but it's definitely worth trying to get a sample of it or something like that, because that is something that's worth exploring. So, okay. After that, we've got actually one of my favourite rums of the year. Now, I've been exploring this distillery quite a bit, but it's Hampton, and this is batch 2. How do you know it's batch 2? Because it says aged 8 years on it. It looks very similar to the first batch, but it is a completely different rum inside. This is the lightest mark, OWH. The other one is a blend of 3 different marks, with some of it being DOC, which is the high ester, funky bomb. But yeah, so again, if you're looking for a Jamaican rum, it's about £50. It's 47%, 46%? Yeah, 46%. And to be fair, if I was to rate them, you know, you'd have Appletons of various kinds. You'd then have Worthy Park as a bit in the middle as a pot still, and then you'd have Hampton. And Hampton is a distillery that only does pot still, same as Worthy Park. And I think there's a partnership with Velier. There is. They must have agreed a number of the first barrels in distribution, which is why you get it in that Velier bottle like this. Again, feels nice wooden cork, £55, great Christmas present for someone. So then I wanted to come to the UK, and if I had prepared a bit better, I would be putting a sugar house rum in this next sample, but I won't lie, and sorry for this, I drank all my Ninefold, I drank all my J-Gal, and I drank all my Sugar House. So I'm going to do something really naughty. I'm going to stick a whiskey in it, and the other reason for that is I do like a whiskey, and occasionally a rum every day is good, but sometimes you just need a break. So to the theme of rum, I've kept the Balwinnie Caribbean Cask 14-year-old. I think I paid 30, it's about £45. But it's my alternative, it's my Christmas calendar. I can do what I want. And that's what I'm doing for day 18. And already after sniffing a lot of rums, I'm quite pleased I put that one in. 18. So 19. Oh, I bought this because of the rum review from the Fat Rum Pirate. Mazan is an independent bottler, and they did a couple of really nice, they did a Long Pond and they did this Guyana 2007, so it's a 12-year-old PX cask. Now, a 12-year-old Port Moran is normally quite harsh. Tasty, yes, but quite harsh. And actually, finishing it as they've done, at 56%, I have to say, I have really enjoyed this bottle. I haven't tried it for probably about 5 months, but if you were to ask me for a Christmas rum and that was on the menu, I think it was about £100, so not the cheapest. That is one I would choose to go for. Right, now some easy ones, some more samples. So there's the independent bottler called Damoiseau from the Netherlands. He's brought out a number of rums last year and this year. The latest one, this one is called Damoiseau 2013 Hiali. Sorry Benjamin if I'm pronouncing it wrong. I tried it again at the Rum Fest. This one, let me just get my bearings, is from Guadaloupe, Pierre Labat, and quite a special barrel from there. So I understand he went out to select himself. And I tell you what, when I tried it, I rated it on RumX, but it was really complex. I just need to spend more time in that region of the world trying rums to really appreciate it, which is why I didn't drink it all at that point. So I'll give it a round 2. Another rum, again cheating, is from Nissen, which is Martinique, and this was l'Esprit Blanc, 70%. So again, quite a big one, but there was something really clean and crisp around this that I wanted to try again. So to the theme of white rums, we are going to have a few more in there. Right, so we've got three more to go before our Christmas rum. And the last sample that I'm creating here is an Eldorado Rare Collection Port Morant 1999. Now this comes in at a heavy, what is it, 61.4%. Eldorado do quite a few rums, but the Rare Collection are a selection of their more exclusive barrels from the heritage stills. And if you want to know more about the stills, take a look at my video of Eldorado Rare Collection, where I talk about all of the stills and the rums that are currently on offer from Eldorado. We talk about the Eldorado ones because Velier used to do some. It's called the Age of Demerara. They're outstanding, but unless you've got £1,000 plus to buy a bottle, you're unlikely to get it unless someone is very generous and willing to try it and give you a sample. So we've had some quite heavy rums. So just before we go on to the last two, another sample provided was the Real McCoy ex-bourbon 14-year-old at 46%. So this is Barbados. This is a Foursquare rum, and here we go. We're getting the last one in. Okay, right, let's not get the wrong numbers. So that's 23. 24 is a controversial one, I have to say. Some people will say, why have you got a Diplomatico in there? They're not true to the world of rum. But I have to say, it is a Christmas rum. I will be drinking with other people, and this is something that I do still enjoy. I know it's quite sweet, maybe it's a dessert rum, whatever you want. But you know what, again, if I'm only going to cheat myself twice, one with a whiskey and one with a slightly sweeter Diplomatico, the single vintage 2005 at 43%, it's going to make me smile. So there we go, right, that's 24, so now we are done. My last Christmas rum. I've decided, I bought an SBS quad pack from Guyana, and I've tried one of them, but the one I was really buying it for was this, the SBS Guyana 2001 from the Diamond Distillery. It was done on the Seville still in a way that's similar to the Skeldon distillery gone past. It's at 53.2%. For me, I'm really hoping this is a really special rum. So that's one. I've put it at 20 centilitres instead of 3 because I don't want to shortchange myself. It's Christmas. So there we have it. Here are my 25 Christmas Advent Calendars rum. And let's not cheat ourselves. We all want a rum on Christmas Day. And if you get cut short on 24 and someone doesn't buy you a bottle of rum, and you got your backup. The wood cost nothing, the drill bit cost £7, but all in all, this is a new NWRumClub Rum Advent Calendar 2021. Hope you like it. I'm sure some of these rums will suit some of you, some of them you'll go, what the hell have you got in there for? Who cares? My rum, my advent calendar. Enjoy.